Hello Publicity fans, this is Mark from My Size Hedge Fund, back with the Decklist of the week, which this week is Hate Bear. As you can see, it did really well at Worlds. Highest place was 3rd, and caused a lot of people a lot of problems on the day. At its core, it is an account siphon deck, combining well with Obelisk, which allows you to extend your maximum hand size based on the number of tags that you have. Aside from that, you're trying to put on plenty of pressure on R&D with your cutlery events, and then finishing them off with medium, even going so far as to rebirth into Omer if necessary, just so you can run archives and bounce into R&D at the same time. One interesting interaction to look out for is Obelisk with Hades Shard, because Obelisk doesn't say that you have to access the cards from R&D or HQ, so you can pop the Hades Shard when you're running either of the servers, see a ton of cards in archives, most of which you'll know already, and just draw cards based on that. It is absolutely fantastic, and it is a brilliant way to kind of recharge your hand and ensure that you can then charge through with cutlery events, powering your Faust along the way. So after its stellar showing at Worlds, we'll see how prepared people are for it, and let's get into a game. So we find ourselves up against New Angeles Sol, which could be a challenging matchup here, because if they have some idea of what we're going for with this, they could call Siphon, and that would stuff us pretty badly. This opening hand is not great for us. It has a bit of draw, but doesn't have any Faust, doesn't have any Siphon. This hand's okay, but we need to be able to fire the inject and use it almost immediately, just to keep that pressure alive. Scarcity resources. So DDoS is going to get more expensive for us. So we'll money up. DDoS for 5. Probably still worth it if we can capitalize. The question is, can we? So let's inject to see what we get here. We lose David, keep a DDoS, which at the moment isn't much good to us. Let's draw Hades Shard. Ignoring all costs, so we might as well get that online. Well, at least 2 is better than 9. Hopefully we can get some draw going soon as well. So we need to find our Obelisk. We pretty much need to find all our pieces at this stage. Our initial draw and our mulligan were not kind to us. If we could find... We have 3 mediums, so I mean if we can find any of them as well. Could have done well. Not today. Rebirth. Could work. And we're slowly drawing into absolutely nothing. I think for the moment we might keep Whizzard, just so we know what we're dealing with. Don't really want to install this for 5, but I might have to. And 4 could actually be handy in this matchup as well. Whoops. Misclick there. Let's just take 2 credits. And pitch a DDoS and a Black Orchestra. We'd prefer to get that from the heap instead. So breaking news comes out, and that kind of puts us on the clock a little bit. We don't know if it's a power shutdown combo deck yet, but we are looking for Obelisk and Speak the Devil, and then we're hoping to get ourselves tagged. So we can get this down, we can get medium down. We would like to find some I've had worse as well, just to keep us somewhat safe. And we do have Plascrete in this deck as well, so we can make it a little difficult for them at the very least. So DDoS is going to be expensive unless we can get a siphon off of it or some big medium pressure runs. Unfortunately now we have to find our Eater or our Faust. Inject could work out here if we end up drawing too many. Well, let's fire it and see what happens. So we get an iPad worse, which is great. We can install the same old thing, but it'll cost us, which is pretty awful. And we can put down DDoS as well, which may be worth a go. So expensive. So expensive. And let's get rid of Spoon. Spoon seems good in this matchup, but so do all our other cards. And we know they're going to be playing like Newshound and things like that. Okay, just Jackson. At least it's not another breaking news. That is what we got to watch out for. And they're well icing up HQ. So a siphon may not be on the cards. All depending on what we can find. We can day job here and just make sure we keep plenty of money, which could be useful against NBN at this stage because hard-hitting news is the thing. All these other and so many other tools as well. And at least now we can just put on the pressure. So we'll draw up. They're keeping ahead on money. But yeah, we need to draw up. We need to find Faust or breakers and start putting on some challenge or some pressure. So yeah, with Hades, you got to be a bit more preemptive with the Jackson, and also rumor mill as well. It's made people a lot less reliant on Jackson, which is great to see. So deja vu, whenever we find the siphon, we are set. But it could take us some time. Could take us some time. Don't really want to run into toll booth without being able to get rid of that. Let's pitch the fort for the moment. At least we have the same old thing. We are desperately trying to find some stuff though. Black Orchestra in the bin, so at least that can pop out, but still no paperclip, still no Eater, still no Faust. All these cards that would be very, very useful. And against NBN, it feels like we're going much too slow. Because they rushed out this, I'm reluctant to use the I've had worse, just in case. We may need to be able to survive getting tagged and some hard hitters. Scorch, always a possibility, but Boom is the big threat at the moment as well. And they're finding plenty of money, which isn't great for us. Maybe we should have just switched to Omer by now. It doesn't look like they're going to install anything. We finally find a siphon, but we have no way of getting through. This is not great. So do we switch to Omer? We're probably not going to be trashing anything. We could switch to Quetzal. That would get us through the barriers at the very least, which are more than likely here. I mean, Resistor is a great piece of ice, Wraparound is great. I think it's worth a try. Against NBN, you are always likely to see it, so I think that's what we do. And last click, we will gain a credit. Trash is spooned. So much trees and cutlery, but we have no way of breaking any piece of ice at the moment. And we now have a siphon that we're itching to get off. So if we can find an Eater, we are in a much better position. But of course, they have a bajillion credits as well. Could be feeding us an agenda here, in which case mid-seasons is on the cards. Two iPad worse is not going to save us at the moment. I think we have to check it. It could be just trying to get us to make a run, in which case we need to get plascrete and all that. Yeah, well, we have to seal that. Now we're going to see possibly targeted marketing. Nope, just scarcity again. If we get tagged, it's not too bad. The question is, can we get plascrete online? I think we run here, try and make them res some stuff. Trying to make them spend money. Or if we can at least knock out some bits and pieces. Okay, so unfortunately this is going to be a trace. Because Faust has stayed hidden on us. So we can pay 3 in here, which I think we have to do. Because otherwise we're spending 2 on a click. And we're out. We could have taken 1 tag and tried to increase our hand size a little bit. But it's not all that exciting for us. I think we have worse here. Still can't find anything we need. Oh dear, well at least we can get our eater online and hope to survive whatever is to come. So mid-seasons is quite likely, although we could be looking at power shutdown. Oh. I assume they have something here. That was not where I expected things to go. Okay, so we can same old thing forked. Destroy this. Alternatively, we can try and siphon. They have so much money. It's going to cost us 3, 4 to get through. Or we take the tag. At this stage, we can kind of afford to go tag me anyway. Do we have the money to get through here, everything? I would love a Faust. That would really, really help us out. Plascrete might be worth installing. Mimic is not much use to us. So let's throw this down, because just in case, I feel we may need it. Probably get rid of the Mimic, because it's not much good to us at the moment. So we could be looking at breaking news here. Wish I had more money. So we can say we'll forked, get rid of this. That gets rid of all our money at the same time. DDoS in here and try and kill whatever this is. That might work. breaking news, how bad is that? Breaking news into a single scorch isn't that bad. We do lose some of these tools, which would be unfortunate, but we can manage it. We need more money though. Okay, let's try it. At the very least, we can try running R&D then. So, new sound. We could take a tag here. And slowly start increasing our hand size a little bit. So we can say we'll forked. And then we can run again. So same old forked. Do we need to run R&D here? I think we just run R&D, pop this for 6 cards. We should find something interesting in that pile. But we do need a successful run. So we'll go R&D. We can use Eater to get through at the very least. Data ward. So we can pay 3 or take a tag. If we take a tag, we will be unable to get through here anytime soon. But we are already tagged, so take that, jack out. And I suppose we draw up. Here's our Faust. So this is going to cost us 7 still to bust with paperclip and knifed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We won't prevent any of this damage. And we're still somewhat alive. So now, we can say one thing siphon, which may be the way to go. That's same old siphon. And we will take one more tag. Well, we'll run it as a trace. Maybe they want to pump a load of money into it. Probably not. Hopefully no data ward down here as well. Oh. So we take a tag, and this will cost us 10 to get through. So that's not happening. We, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, And I suppose we draw. So these 2 pieces of ice alone are going to keep us well and truly out of this game. And yeah, that could be that, really. It has become more and more dangerous to go tag me. We may have been able to survive boom, but getting through these, oh boy. So we can, let's try and math this out a bit. It's going to cost us a phenomenal amount of money to get through here. Alternatively, we can same old knifed and try to get through here with paperclip, in which case it'll cost us 4 plus 7, so it costs us 11, or we just go for the eater play, which costs us 10. Here's a knifed anyway. So now we just need all the money in the world. And unfortunately, by the time we get there, they may well be able to res this. If it's a resistor, womp womp. So we have enough to get through with Eater on this, plus the Quetzal ability. They're going for the big Beal. They are going for the big Beal, it seems. So we don't have Faust, but we can same old forked over here. 4 credits. They can definitely install something to mess us up. Alternatively, we can install same old thing. No. This is pretty much our way through, or out. So we get to trash that. And we don't get to access, so we will bounce here. And we pretty much just have to try again. We get a food. So Swapsy is probably coming up. Paywall. So that'll punish us for successful runs. But it's going to take us a while to get back up to that point, I think. Makes sense. So now, we are well tagged. Have we anyway through the State Award? It's going to cost us so much. So I think I have a worse to try and get some cards and money. No money, but a few cards at least. And now we just kind of build up the hard way, I suppose. We have the knife in hand, which could come in handy. But a long way back before we can challenge this again. Alternatively, we could knifed the HQ, but Newfound is still going to be a pain. Thankfully, they fired off the sweeps before we draw a ton more cards. Deja vu. So at the very least, this is a 3 credit tax, but as soon as you start piling on the tags, it just gets so much worse. Targeted marketing is going to be for knifed. Siphon. That makes sense as well. And that pretty much shuts down what we were hoping to go for. I think we need to go for a scouter here at some point. Rumor mill, not that useful at the moment. So if this is a barrier, it's not actually that bad. We will knifed, same old thing, knifed, and blitz our way through here. Close accounts is going to be the issue if they get one of them to land. Or at the moment, anything in HQ. Consulting visit. Lots of tricks in this deck. Is there going to be another boom? Ah, exchange. So this costs us 9. So now we have to pretty much go for this and see what happens. If this is a resistor, we can deal with that. Or if we're getting them to spend money, it takes them off a Beal psychographics as well. So Quetzal for 1. We will take a tag. Break, break, break. And that will get us to jack out. Yep. So now let's go for another scout. How much money do we need? I think we just try it. What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, we get an Astro. Paywall is back, which is unfortunate, but unfortunately we gotta feed the fire here. We got to go for it and try to get just very, very lucky. This is new. Oops. Oh. And we cannot trash boom, which is kind of amusing. And we'll run R&D again. So I couldn't have trashed anyway. So instead we will just access the full amount that we can. So we might as well take the 2 and see how lucky we can get. Boom. Project Beal. Wow, better to be lucky than good. So, tough game. Data Ward is a pretty hefty piece of ice. Once we were tagged, it got really, really, really good and perfectly positioned as well. But thankfully we had the money to just about get through. I'm curious what this piece of ice was, but we'll never know. Hope you all enjoyed. This is a pretty cool deck. I don't think I've played it particularly well, but hopefully you learned something from it. If you enjoyed, please hit the thumbs up button and come over to Ice Hedge Fund for more.